In my articles from MPA, it talks about how the 30-year fixed rate mortgage rate has recently dropped to 6.39%, which is obviously the lowest since October 24. But in reaction to that drop, mortgage applications have surged up 30% week over week, which is seasonally adjusted because we're going into the slow season. But without adjustment, it's up 43%. But 60% of those applications were for refinance applications. Purchase applications, it says, were also up, but just modestly, about 3% week over week, and up 20% versus last year. So nowhere near as dangerous as the ARM rates that scared everybody away in the dreaded 2008. But this is something that I'm doing right now. I've got several properties that I bought mostly in 2024 and late 2023 that have above 8% interest rates. And I literally started to go through them last week and highlight them on my spreadsheet so that as soon as this rate drop started to kick in, I could start looking at the refinances. And it looks like I'm not the only one that's doing that.
Yeah.
What are your guys' thoughts about that?
This is the whole date the rate, marry the house scenario that people have been talking about for years is just get a good deal. Don't worry about the interest rate and refi later. The problem is that people think rates are going to continue to go down. Now, the Fed has said probably they'll be cutting rates a couple more times and probably next year, but that may not be the scenario for mortgage rates. So I think a lot of people ran into that problem last year thinking, I'm not going to refi while it's just 6.25%. I'm going to wait for it to go lower. And then it went back up to 7. And that could happen again. So I'm glad to see people jumping in and getting it this time.